Let's look into the film. In this video, we will be looking at, of course, Cedric Wilson, how to utilize Cedric Wilson in the middle of the field, and where the Cowboys been utilizing Cedric Wilson altogether. This guy been one of the most remarkable wide receivers we've seen as it relates to the backup of the backup, right? Coming into this particular year, he was considered the fourth wide receiver, but when you look at all what he brings to the table, man, he's been no slouch. He's been helping out this team, especially Dak Prescott's favorite target in the middle of the field. When his number is called, number one is called, my goodness, he delivered. Now, there are some things that he had to work on or what have you, but I'm looking at this particular guy, Cedric Wilson, being able to find the soft spots in the zone and hot pointing the ball and bringing it down. He got this vibe with the quarterback that they on the same page. They on the same page, and he knows where to be at with the ball or finding the ball in the spaces. And when you look at what he brings to the table, it's remarkable, Cowboy Nation. His ability to squeeze and get small, knows the ball, and then continue to go upfield is everything. Dak Prescott, when targeting him, man, he got over 100 quarterback passer rating because of the fact that he got those soft hands. And on top of that, I believe that with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, one can argue trios right there. Oh, my goodness. Now, we love Michael Gallup, but if anybody in a contract year want to know their worth as relates to value, it's been this guy, number one. Hey, creases down, subtle speed. He's able to find a soft spot on top of the defense here. Dak Prescott missiled that ball right to him. Watch how he catches this. Man, just falls right in his hand. Spectacular. Spectacular. Cedric Wilson, man, he's been the guy that a lot of teams got to say to themselves, watch out for that number one, especially when he lines up inside. Watch how he gets off his release. Yeah. Squeezes, knows the ball, and get upfield. Just so fluent with his routes. And on top of that, the Cowboys been utilizing this man in so many ways. Look, this was a crucial play, and he was able to capture this ball. If not, the game would have been over. Look how he captured this ball. I believe this was a fourth down play. And he's able to high point that ball, got it in there. Hey, this kid step up and make plays happen when you least expect it. He pulls the ball out of the sky. He got soft hands. He's subtle with his speed and quickness, and he's agile a little bit. Yeah, spin around, get inside there, dance for him. You know, spin the ball around. This been Cedric Wilson all year, and quietly, you know, I think he missed about 3 to 4 games this year, but every game that he played in, he made an impactful play. Even on a play that you thought that he probably didn't get no yards. Whoop! Make this guy miss. Make him eat the grass and keep getting upfield. Got, I believe, 15 to 16 yards off of that play. And just so cerebral with it. Watch his shot. Taste that grass, baby. And that's against Darren James right there, I believe. So, Cowboy Nation, when you think of Cedric Wilson, think of a guy that's not afraid to catch the ball in the middle. He can kill you with the two-way goals. He's on the same page with Dak Prescott primarily of the time. He knows where to find the soft spots in the zone there. And Dak Prescott looking, keep your feet moving. Watch, corner of the end zone, touchdown. Cedric Wilson been remarkable for the 2021 season and heading into 2022 for the playoff. Be sure to look for number one. He's so sneaky. You got to be mindful of what he brings to. Watch how he creases, knows the ball, get out of bounds. This man, Cedric Wilson, his numbers pretty much, you can argue left and right about it, but they better than Kenny Golladay over there in Giants land, right? And I think Kenny got a big contract this past year or what have you, not to look at other wide receivers. But this was a big boy catching the big boy throw, by the way. But look at that, able to get down the field, kept his concentration, and watch. Climbed the pocket, Dak, put the ball right there where only he can catch it. He did another play like that earlier, and it was out of bounds, but he still caught it. And in a situation, guess what? He can give you some punt return action too. So I think that Cedric Wilson, out of all of the receivers that the Cowboys got for the 2021 season, what have you, especially for those who are the backup receivers, I think that Cedric Wilson earned every grain of salt. He earned his contract for the 2022 season. He just been that remarkable. And on top of that, he just a safety blanket for Dak Prescott. Even if it's a check down or underneath, he can feel the vibe of the quarterback, find a soft spot. Look, got in front of that linebacker who dropped back there and was able to find the ball, find the space in that situation. And watch, red zone. Creases in there, snuck out of there in the backfield and able to get a touchdown right there. Just so slippery, man. And that's Cedric Wilson. I like what he brings to the table. He's been one of the guys that you can say to yourself, when you need that big play, watch. Good arm, too. On a rope there. Shout out to Tony Pollard for catching that ball. But Cedric, that's what he do. He brings in that spice play. He brings in that spark play. And if you need that wow factor, look at that spiral. Oh, my goodness. Look, can we rewind just a little bit? Can we rewind? I just want to see that thing on the rope again. Yeah, let's rewind for your mind, baby. Let's rewind. Ha! Drops back, scans the field. Boom. Tony Pollard is the other guy that, man, secret weapon as well. But you got to pay attention to Cedric Wilson. Soft hands, knows where the ball should be at. He pretty much got a good vibe, a good feeling with the quarterback. And to me personally, I think that you got to look at Cedric Wilson as that guy that can really help this team out if needed. That can really give this team that extra look when needed. That can really push the things around and give you and exploit that mismatch. Because here's the thing, Cowboy Nation, hear me out. Hear me out. I know a lot of people going to say, well, you got Amari Cooper, you got CeeDee Lamb. But when I talk about Cedric, normally it's going to be one-on-one look. You're not going to roll coverage his way, right? And on top of that, if Jarwin is back into the fold or what have you, he can vertically stretch the middle of the field and Schultz can take the underneath. You only got so many players that can cover. I believe that Cedric Wilson is a zone beater. He can find those soft spots, knows the ball. He's not afraid to go across the middle. I also believe that he's got the chemistry all off season. Shout out to Coach Bird. He worked out with him, nosing the ball. One thing that Coach Bird teaches in his studies there, he wants his wide receivers to be aggressive. He wants them to be physical. Well, he got that. And on top of that, he worked out all off season with Dak Prescott. They are best of buds over there. So when you incorporate all what he do and bring forth all what he brings to the table, you got to say to yourself, give the rock to Cedric Wilson when it's a one-on-one situation. Let the role of a coverage go Amari Cooper way. Let the cheating of the side where CeeDee Lamb is at with the safety as well, let them cheat to his side. But when you do all of that, you leave the middle wide open for Cedric Wilson. Now, when we start talking about running backs and things like that, yeah, Tony Pollard do some of the similar things as it relates to taking advantages of capturing the edge or what have you. But you got to love what Cedric Wilson brings to the table, Cowboy Nation. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how you guys feel of Cedric Wilson. Would you bring him back for another cup of coffee for next year? We know that we got to look at Michael Gallup resume and his contract as well. But Cedric Wilson, as far as resume, he updated his resume. My goodness. And he answered. So, and not just in certain games, right? But in majority of the games, when you needed number one, he was there. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Shout out to Coach Bird and shout out to Cedric, man, with the spin cycle move. Right there. Sha! Go Cowboys.